you will find more of the physical capabilities listed in their responsibilities. But as it pertains to the conversation that you brought up about the LA fires, emergency management, which that was definitely an emergency here. Heart still goes out to all the people affected by that. It says respond to emergencies as a senior command officer. Senior command officer. You should understand what that role does and how it is not the person that's picking up people or, inside the fire, because they also need to develop and maintain the emergency operations plan and ensure the department has the resources to respond to emergencies, which means in those resources, that is part of personnel as well. So it is not her responsibility to run into the fire, because we need the senior chief, the senior command officer, to be abreast of everything that's going on at this particular emergency. We don't need her upstairs on the third floor carrying Christian downstairs. We need her making sure that all floors have all resources needed to sufficiently handle this emergency. I'm saying all this because everything that you just said sounds like you heard it from someone else. I'm just keeping it real with you. Everything that you just said sounded like you listened to people that talked about the issue that went on in LA with zero true understanding or compassion or even respect. Even respect to say, like, hold on, what is her title? What did she do to get? Hold on. What did she do to get that title? And hey, forget it. Not even dealing with her. What does the fire chief do? Let me find that out before I create an idea of, why are you at this job? You can't even pick me up. Like, okay, so now you're missing it, because clearly, even when I said she's the chief, I already know they got way more stuff to do. That's like you telling me, dude, how do you own the McDonald's? You don't even know how long the fry is supposed to be on. Are you crazy? You don't even know how to set the timer. What? You don't know where we keep the 409? And you own the place? Like, come on. You only got this place because you Indian. That's how that sounds. That's how that sounds. And unfortunately, there are people that are going to hear this and go, yo, Cash is right. And there are people that are going to hear this and go, nah, Compton conservative is right.
It's South Central conservative.
Compton conservative. And but because of that, this is kind of why I wanted to bring this up. It never allows us to even try to be on the same page, because we're too starkly standing on our own side. Like, bro, DEI is not just a racial thing. It just turned racial when it became a talking point in a campaign over these past few years. It is not just about race.
What is it about?
I'll tell you.
You said not just about?
Yeah.
Planned Parenthood ain't just about abortions. That's what they do. What? That's their main course. What are you talking about? Man, y'all trying so hard.
I don't know that to be true. I don't know much about Planned Parenthood, but what I do know is Planned Parenthood does hand out contraception. I do know that they also deal with abortions. I do know they also deal with therapy. I do know they also deal with postpartum. I do know they also deal with finding resources to make sure that nutrition levels are proper. So I do know there's a lot of levels. Now, what do we focus on? I don't know what they mainly do. I'm being honest. I don't know. I know what's mainly talked about. It's like you. Do you mainly do YouTubes? No. But because people don't know everything that you do, they will assume, well, I heard he has a son. I heard he has a girl. I heard he's in a union. They know you do these other things, but in their eyes, they mainly see you do this. That doesn't mean that that's mainly what you do. That's just because that's what they experience from you, or what they hear about. We're talking about what?
A company.
Okay.
It's like, what's their main course? What do they usually make? Taco Bell make burgers. What do they usually do?
I'm being, if you're saying that you know for a fact that Planned Parenthood mainly does abortions, cool, that's your opinion. I'm saying that I don't know. I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is I have the capability to say I don't know. And I've never heard that to be true. I know plenty of people that use Planned Parenthood and had nothing to do with an abortion. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know that. I just don't know. I know people that were going to Planned Parenthood just to get coupons to go to motherhood to get food. It had nothing to do with an abortion. They had a kid.
I know a whole bunch of people that go to Taco Bell and order burgers.
But that's a whole nother story. It's not called Abortions Are Us. That's a different story. You're picking Taco Bell and then saying they also serve burgers. Okay. It's more like saying, but doesn't Stater Brothers mainly sell like the butchery, like fresh meat? I don't know. It's a whole grocery store. Maybe they do. It might be like 70% of their market share for all I know. I just don't know.
I hear you, man.
But back to her. I think it's unfair. I think it's really unfair for anybody to point at anybody, you included, even Trump. I've even defended Trump with people saying like, well, hold on. That's just them saying that. Like, let's find out what. That's how I ended up watching so much stuff from Trump, because I didn't want to be told what he said. I come back and tell you what he said sometimes. There are some times that you didn't listen to it.
Because
I remember watching the whole RNC and coming back asking you, why did he say that? And you're like, I ain't watched that. So I actually take in information.
No, but you're doing it later. I've done it already.
Oh, no. What do you mean later?
He's literally said the same thing all the time. Like, I watched him before it was not okay to watch him. You just caught on. I've been there.
That's not okay. That's fair. You're right. I've been caught on. But to say he's saying the same thing over and over is not true. It can't be true. And I'm basing that off you, because you just said it's always something. He's always doing something. That's why we can't keep up. It was always just the same thing over and over.
I'm talking about passing bills. I'm talking about his presidency right now. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Epstein files. It's a lot of stuff going on right now. I'm not saying that has nothing to do with what he's saying. It has a lot to do with what he's doing right
now. All right, hold on. What did somebody say? This is sad. You're so brainwashed by white people that you believe this is a white versus black issue.